Children, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is living organisms and their surroundings. Living organisms are found everywhere on Earth. Let us understand the adaptational feature of these living organisms. First of all, let us understand what is habitat. The natural living place of an organism is its habitat. An organism depends on its habitat for food, water, air, and for shelter. Several kinds of organisms are found in a habitat. So what is adaptation means? The presence of special features in or certain habits which enable a plant or an animal to live in its surroundings is called its adaptation. Now there are several types of adaptational habitat. What are they? First of all, there will be terrestrial. If the habitat is land, that type of habitat is known as terrestrial habitat. For example, desert, forest, grassland, mountains, etc. So this is a desert. So of course this is a desert habitat. In this type of habitat we can be able to find cactus, agave and date palm, this kind of trees. Now what are the adaptational features of these desert plants? As we all know that cactus, they have reduced their leaves into pointy type of thorny spines. So leaves are absent or reduced or modified into spines to reduce the water loss by transpiration. Now, another adaptational feature of it is stem is green and does photosynthesis. Stem store water, so it is thick and fleshy, as you can see it in the picture. And they also have deep root system to collect maximum water from the deep part of the soil. They have thick waxy layer on stem that will prevent the water loss. Next is the adaptation in desert animals. So as we all know, the camels are called the sheep of the desert. So camel has long legs to keep the body away from hot sand. It also stores food as fat in its hump. And camel can also store water in its body. So that's why camel can go long without the water. Next is the hoof of camel, well suited for walking on sand. 5. Long eyelashes present. Look at this picture. It will protect its eyes from the sand. That's why the camel needs the long eyelashes. Now, some animals remain in burrows during the day and comes out during the night. Look how the animals are living inside the burrow. Some of the desert animals, they live in burrows. That means they dig hole and then they live inside those holes. See the examples: rats, snakes, scorpion. Those animals, they will dig hole and they live in those burrows. Next is mountain regions. In mountain region, the trees grow in conical pattern with sloping branch, as you can see it in the picture. And what it helps? It helps the snow to slide down properly so that the plants can do photosynthesis properly. In this region, the leaves, they have needle-like shape. This kind of leaves helps water and snow to slide down. Animals in mountain region. The snow leopard is white in color and it can hide in the environment. So that is the adaptational features of this kind of animals. And they also possess thick fur that will protect them from cold. They also have claws to prevent slipping on the surface of snow. Next is adaptational feature in mountain goat. These mountain goats, they have wide thick fur. They also have strong hooves for running up the rocky slopes. The long thick fur of yak protect it from the cold shivers. Next is the adaptational features that is exhibited by the grassland animals. Lion, they have light brown color fur coat which will help them to hide in the grassland. The long claws which can be withdrawn inside. Both the eyes in front of the head gives correct idea about the location of the prey. The deer, they can run faster to escape from the predator. They have strong teeth which will chew the hard stem, long ears to hear the movement of the predators, and eyes at the side of head allowed to look in all directions for danger. Now, what is the relationship between the predator and the prey? A predator eats the prey. The hunter is the predator. Remember, the one who is hunted by the predator is known as the prey. So here the hunter, that means the predator, is the lion and the prey is the deer. Next is the aquatic habitat, that is ocean. Now aquatic animals, they exhibit streamlined feature. You have already learned about the streamlined movement of fish. So streamlined means boat shaped. Their body is like boat shaped. It is for the easy movement in the water. They also have the gills for the respiration, as you can see it in the picture. The body is well protected by scales. Next is blowholes. In case of dolphin and whales, they have nostrils to breathe air from the atmosphere. It is known as. Next is adaptational feature of pond and lake living animals and plants. First of all, water plants. So some of the water plants, they have root. They are fixed in the soil, like the lotus, as you can see it in the picture. Some are floating as well. You can see the pictures here, pistia, water hyacinth, etc. Next is as you can see it in the picture, the ribbon-shaped leaves can bend in the water to prevent the uprooting. That is the adaptational feature of this kind of plants. The stem of the lotus is hollow, long and light, which will help it to float on the water. Leaves are disc-shaped. Leaves and flowers float on water. Leaves have waxy coating to prevent the water stagnation. Leaf stalk is filled with air to help floating. Some are submerged. That means they are completely inside the water. You cannot see them outside the water, like the hydrilla plant. Now, adaptational features in case of animals. Frogs. They can breathe in water as well as in the land. That's why they are known as amphibia. They have webbed feet to swim in the water, strong back and leg to take long leaps. And they also have sticky tongue to catch insects. Characteristics of living things. All living things need food. Food is the source of energy. Living things can grow, as we all know. Living things respire. Both plants and animals do respiration. During respiration, oxygen is used and carbon dioxide is released. Living things respond to stimuli, that means any kind of action. Like insects like cockroach move away from the light. That is the stimuli. So here the light, it is the stimuli. Alright, some insects are attracted by light as well, as we all know the fireflies. They are attracted by lights. So, plants too respond to light. Some flowers like water lily blooms at night, lotus blooms in the daylight. Leaves of touch-me-not plant, they will drop when they are touched. So these are the adaptational features that are exhibited by plants. So children, read the chapter properly and watch the video carefully. Thank you, children.